up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tori, and if you guys are new here, I currently live in this self-converted Dodge Sprinter van. But just a few weeks ago, my partner and I took on a huge new project and bought a brand new used 2020 Dodge Ram Promaster. If you guys haven't yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below to follow along as we bring to life our brand new tiny house on wheels and bring you guys along for the entire van build. So a few weeks back when we first got the van, I shared our layout plans with you guys. I'll link that video up here just in case you missed it. The last few weeks we've really been working on laying the framework for this build. The insulation, the framing, the wiring, those kind of things. And now we're slowly starting to come up on making some design decisions. So today I wanted to sit down and share with you guys all of my design plans and all the aesthetic choices that we've made for this brand new van build, and I'm so excited to see our vision come to life, and I'm so excited to share what we'll be going with this time. So let's get into it. So I wanted to start off by talking about what we're changing and why, because we are making some major changes and I wanted to talk about why we think these choices moving forward will be better for our experience in the van. The first major change that we're going to be making is the color of our walls and ceiling. In this van, we went with a very natural look. All of our wood is natural wood. We didn't do a lot of staining for our wall paneling, and our ceilings and our walls match. For our new van, we've decided to go with white walls. White walls. The infamous white walls. When we built this van, we decided not to go with white walls because when you live in a small space and you're outside a lot, things just really get dirty really fast. So for this next build, we've decided to try to add some visual space to our van and our build by doing a white wall. But because we both do love a wood finish, we've decided to go a little bit darker on our ceilings. Josh was a little hesitant to go with the white walls initially, just because of the dirt. Like I said, things do get quite dirty, but I'm a pretty avid cleaner. Honestly, after living in a small space, I have turned into a pretty avid cleaner. I feel so much more stressed out when my space is messy. So I've just decided that I'm going to clean them fairly often. So speaking of messy, in this current build, we have installed a lot of hooks for storage. While they are great for storage, if you are not a naturally tidy person, hooks can kind of accumulate a lot of things and can start to look quite cluttered very quickly. This is not something I was really anticipating. I'd heard hooks and vans were great extra storage space. Well, hello. Hi, baby. So after living with having a lot of hooks in the van, I really hate the clutter. It's something visually that I find quite annoying in this current space. So in this next build, we will be going with more cabinets and less hooks. We're also super excited to have that overhead storage above the cab. That will kind of take the place of our coat hook that's currently by our front door, and I'm really excited to make that change. My camera's gonna die. Alrighty, back in business. The next thing I wanted to talk about is swapping the dining room table area for a couch. Not too long ago, I'll link that up here in case you missed it, Josh and I rebuilt the bed design in our current van build. This one right here. We decided to go for a semi-fixed bed design, and then we have a dinette, which I'm currently sitting at, and a slide-out table here. Sounds great. We were really excited to be moving away from having a convertible bed after a year of doing that every morning and every night. It's just not for us. So we decided to move more towards a fixed bed, and after living with this for a while, we will be moving to an entirely fixed bed. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, most nights we just sleep with our feet hanging off the end, and we don't even bother converting it anymore. We've also kind of found that we're more loungy people than sit upright kind of people. So we like a more casual space, a couch type of environment, as opposed to a dining room table where it's a more structured upright seat. So in this next build, we'll be going with a lagoon table mount and a couch area in lieu of the dining area that we have in this van. Another pretty major change that we're making as far as the design of our build goes is we'll be adding more lights, but we will be putting them on dimmers. In the current van, we have 2 separate sets of lights, and we use the overhead lighting during the day, and once it starts to get dark out, since we do stealth camp a lot, we'll switch to our under cabinet lighting or a low lighting just to be as discreet as possible. And in this van, we only installed 4 overhead lights. In the next build, we will be doubling that. The lighting in here is totally fine to the eye. It is a bit yellow in my opinion. It can feel a bit dim. I'm really excited also to be adding natural light in our space since our van does have 2 beautiful back windows. I think that's really going to make a huge difference for my experience living in the van. Since I have talked a lot about things that we're changing, I wanted to talk about the design elements of this van that I really love. So 2 major things that we'll be keeping in our next build are our floors and our butcher block counters. These are the 2 best decisions I made when designing this van. We went with a very dark wood textured laminate flooring. We love the texture. It kind of hides scratches and nicks, which when living in a van, there will be plenty. So it has just kind of helped sustain it against wear and tear over time. And I really am still in love with the color as well, so I think if I'm able to get my hands on the same flooring, I will. We also have fallen head over heels in love with butcher block countertops. That was kind of a big dream of mine when we designed this van. My dream kitchen always had butcher block on Pinterest, so I was so excited to be able to have butcher block in my space. And they've lived up to all the expectations that I had for them. They are still in beautiful shape. They've held up to the severe wear and tear of van life over the last 1.5 years, and we couldn't be happier, and we will be definitely installing butcher block in our new build as well. A couple of months back, I decided to do a little DIY project on our pocket door, and I painted a mural, and I absolutely fell in love with the way it turned out, and I love what it adds to the space, having that visual, even an implied image of nature just brings so much to the space for me. So I really want to incorporate that in our next build, but we won't be having a pocket door in our next build, so I had to get a little creative. I will pop what I ordered up on the screen here for you guys. I'm really excited. This is going to hang over our blackout curtains that separate our build from the cab. This is going to be a nice, cheap, and easy thing to swap out if I ever want to change the design elements of this van, and it also will make me feel like I'm where I feel most at home, out in nature, every single night when I lay in my bed. So now that we kind of talked about changes from this van to the next, I wanted to talk about color scheme. It's no secret that I am a huge fan of pink, and this van definitely shows that. I find the color so soothing and relaxing, and I love incorporating it into my space, and it feels so cozy in here. But I think I'm going to try something different in the new van, and I'm really excited. I'm also a little nervous because I love my pink van, but I think it's good to switch things up. I'm a super visual person, so when I start to get to this point in a van build where I'm picking out color things, anything that's going to affect the aesthetics of the van, since it is such a small space, those choices really do make a big difference in the overall feel of the space once the build comes together. So I spent some time over the last couple of weeks drawing out our layout, since I haven't personally seen anything exactly like we're going to be doing for this build. I really wanted to get a good image of my head of what we're trying to bring to life in this space, and I decided to add some color to my drawing as well. I also pulled a ton of inspiration from Pinterest. I will link my van build Pinterest board over here for you guys if you are also interested in van design and tiny space design. Adding just that one pop of color on the bed has a huge effect on the overall feel of the space. I do have a white throw blanket, this one, that I'm planning on putting on the bed that I feel like is a nice contrast from the orange, and I didn't have the right color orange marker, so don't be afraid. We're going definitely more neutral orange, but still dark. But I definitely loved being able to see kind of the balance of the colors in the drawing. But the markers definitely don't do it justice, so I wanted to show you guys my actual inspiration colors and photos as well. The reason we decided to switch colors is because this current bedding won't work in the new van. Our bed in our new van is going to be quite a bit smaller. This is actually a king size comforter, and it would just be much too large for the bed that we're going to be having. So that means new bedding, so that opens up the design options like tremendously, and I'm so excited. I have always been so interested in design. I was an HGTV addict growing up, and I always have kind of just had this little dream that Josh and I would be like the Chip and Joanna of vans. So humor me here, guys. I'm trying to save as much money as possible in the design portion of this build and use a lot of the decor elements such as these things that we already have in this van. It'll also help kind of carry that sense of home into our new home. This van definitely has felt more homey to me than anywhere that I've lived in my life. Oh, Haley's so hyper. You're so cute. So as I've been kind of drawing things out and planning out our new build, I've been trying to find homes for the decor items that I already have in this van, in the next van. Finding space to hang things on walls in a build with a lot more cabinets is going to be interesting, but I'm really excited to share this part of the build with you guys as well. And I'm so excited to see our vision for this van come together. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our build coming up over the next couple of weeks. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I can't wait to start seeing things come together in the build, and I will see you guys next Sunday as we get to work on solar. Okay, sorry, I had to turn on a fan. Sorry about the audio. Sorry about the sweat. I live in a van and it's summer. Where did I put my notes? Oh, we're not gonna get anywhere without those. Aesthetic. Oh, really? This current build, I can't. Of our band build. Band build. So since I've kind of talked a lot about and we will